This is Molly. Welcome back to my channel as we're going to look at the Cancer new moon happening on June 28th at 10:51 p.m. That's Eastern time. So keep in mind this new moon could be on June 29th for you, depending on your location on the planet. Every new moon is when the sun and the moon are conjunct, are together at the same degree point in your chart. So you want to identify where you have 7 degrees of Cancer, and whichever house that's in is where the sun and moon are coming together to set a new intention in this lunar cycle. And this is a fertile energy, with the Cancer energy being a cardinal water sign that is ready to begin, to see what's ready to grow, develop, and flourish, and where it feels good for you. Cancer connects us to our heart space, what we're feeling, what we're sensing, what's happening inside of us, and then how we take that energy and do something with it that feels good to us, that helps us trust ourselves and honor what we're tapping into intuitively, emotionally, and energetically. So where you have 7 degrees of Cancer is a new beginning point, and it's asking you to go within, to listen and feel what is rising up within you. And this energy is not about the mind, which is what the Gemini energy focuses on. It's not about Taurus, which is about the physical world. And it's not even about Aries. It's about what you're feeling and sensing that's true for you at a personal level. Now, yes, these other energies are here. We're going to talk about them. But see how this is taking you forward. The sun and the moon are now ahead of all these other planets. The sun and the moon are taking you into some new parts of yourself, some new parts of your own internal energy field to listen to trust, to honor, and to even understand that we all have needs. And Cancer is about your primal needs, your immediate needs. It's what you need to feel essentially safe, but to feel like you can open up and be yourself within a safe environment or within a safe place. And I feel like we've really been learning how to do that for ourselves more intentionally for a number of years, where it's looking at, yes, there's a lot happening in the world, a lot happening all around us. Where do you go at the end of the day that feels good for you? Cancer is home, it's family, loved ones, places that you can relax, put up your feet, comfy, cozy, your favorite blanket, nesting. Nesting is a Cancer word. It's where we go for comfort food, a place that you just enjoy being, where you can relax and unwind. So this is a strong energy signature here during the Cancer new moon, is how you're going home to yourself, coming back into your energy, coming back into maybe some things that you put on the back burner, you pushed away, you didn't have capacity for. You're like, I'm at capacity, I can't even take on one more thing. But the sun and the moon, as I said, are ahead now of the other planets. So they're opening up something new within you that you can listen to and trust and go to, and that can energetically support you at this time. Now, Cancer is typically a sign that wants to feel safe before taking action, wants to see if it's the correct environment, the right time, the right energy, the right space. That's important to note. Now, this is also a water sign. So think of it as standing on the edge of a pool, deciding whether you're ready to jump in. Is the water warm enough? How deep is it? Am I ready? Do I want to take this plunge? This is important because we have a square here from Jupiter at 7 degrees of Aries. Jupiter in Aries has a push to it, has gusto. It's the new adventure. Let's go. Let's do this. So here you have this Jupiter providing a square to the Cancer planets. This is a push. The square can exaggerate. The square from Jupiter can be go big or go home. Go big or go home. Cancer says, oh, I'll go home, no problem. But this, here comes this Jupiter, and it gives you the push, and it's like, jump in the pool, fool. Jump in, get in there. It's time. And we have these 3 planets in Aries that are providing the new energy, the new start, the new beginning to move something forward. But then there can be a hesitation here with the Cancer energy that might feel more comfortable going back and forth, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. And Jupiter in Aries says, just jump in, just go for it, take the risk. So you could feel that you're being pushed to do something new or different. And it could throw you out of a comfort zone. I feel like this Jupiter in Aries can overpower the contemplation or hesitation of Cancer. Because sometimes Cancer is waiting for everything to just feel right or just feel good. But that is not always what occurs. That isn't really how the world is at times. So here is this Aries adventure that's like, let's go, let's just do this. And it could be that you're getting some kind of cosmic push into the pool to jump right in, just go for it, knowing that you're safe, knowing you can trust yourself. You can trust your body to understand what to do underwater at times. It's sort of like, this is where there could be something that the universe is saying, let's go for it, let's do it. You're hesitating, you're waiting for it to feel right, and then you get into the pool and you realize it's not so bad. Oh, this was no big deal. Maybe I made it out to something bigger in my head. So here we have the planets in Gemini. Mercury in Gemini, his home sign, the overthinker, the quick thinker, the ability to adapt, find the solutions, or figure out what to do next. We also have Venus here in Gemini at 7 degrees. She's also receiving support through a sextile from Jupiter. So she's on board with the new plans, the new ideas. She looks for interesting information, interesting tidbits. She's very curious. So this energy is very mentally alive. This energy of Jupiter, Chiron, and Mars in Aries is very active, physically active, ready to go. This could be your heart. This could be the parts of you that feel tender, self-protective, defensive, exhausted, worn out. These are the parts of us that need to rest at times in Cancer. But I feel like what this Cancer new moon is actually doing, it's giving you a burst of confidence and energy to take something forward or do something that feels good, something that maybe it's like sitting in the heart, or it's been something that you've been contemplating or working through, feeling into, moving through. And this could be a new moon where something occurs that moves the energy forward. Because again, this Aries energy is strong. So I feel like there's something here where the Cancer energies might be a little bit uncomfortable at first, until you get into the water, until you jump in, until you go for it. That cosmic push to take a risk, to try something new, is going to pay off. And that's part of the Jupiter influence. Like Jupiter brings in things that support us, opportunities, invitations, things that are advantageous. So there's something here where the universe is like, just trust yourself and go for it. And it's going to feel better once you're in it. because there could even be trepidation around doing something new. And again, that's where the heart could feel tender, fragile, self-protective. I'm not ready. And the universe is like, actually, you are. And this is happening. It has that energy signature to it, because the Aries and Gemini energies are very dynamic, and they're about action and moving something forward. Now, the other energy that's strong here is that we have this Mars at 25 degrees of Aries in a sextile to Saturn, 24 degrees of Aquarius retrograde. This was an exact sextile right before the new moon, and Saturn brings in the stability as well as the plans of where you're going. So there could be something that you're taking action on that's coming together. This is where you could feel movement. You could feel even that tension has been released from April and May, when there was a strong energy with Saturn. Remember how Saturn was squaring that Scorpio lunar eclipse? And then prior to that, Saturn was also in a square to the North Node and the South Node. So Saturn is about the timing of it all, the gatekeeper of time. But now as this Saturn connects with Mars, things are coming together. The new, the beginnings, the sense of what Mars wants. Mars in Aries acts independently, goes for what calls to him, gets things moving. I would say this is important to take advantage of this Mars, because Mars will slow down when he enters Taurus in July. So this Mars in Aries is at his best to move things forward. And with the sextile from Saturn, there's progress, there's movement, new solutions, openings to the energy that was previously locked, right? Where the energy felt really tight and constrained. Maybe you had some kind of paralysis, feeling stuck, the stagnation. I don't know what to do. Well, Mars is providing some pathways and openings into how to move the energy forward. Then we also have this Mars, as he progresses, he's going to get to 27 degrees of Aries within a week, less than a week after the new moon. And he's going to have a square to that Pluto at 27 degrees Capricorn retrograde. Now, Pluto is more dominant here. And this Mars, he's focused on himself, what he wants, what he's about, where he's going. And he reaches a square to this Pluto, who's about the bigger picture, the collective energies, what's happening in the world at large. And the square from Pluto to Mars is frustration, anger, something stopping, having a big reaction, maybe something inflammatory, something blowing up, because that Mars doesn't want to stop for anything, but he has to slow down and stop with this square from Pluto. So there could be something there that is frustrating, but ultimately this Pluto connects you to the bigger picture, a bigger understanding of what's happening and the timing of it all. So it feels like this Mars is making progress, putting some things in place. Then he gets to a red light with the Pluto that is basically saying, it's not just about you. It's not only what you want. So there could be an ego check here. If this Mars is being too selfish, self-focused, isn't acting with the best and highest good of all. Pluto in Capricorn brings our attention to the bigger picture, how things are in the real world, how things have been changing and drastically transforming, and then how it affects you. So I feel like what we're moving through at this Cancer new moon is that there are things that are ready to get started. There are definitely beginning points, and every new moon is a beginning point, but there's a push here. There's a cosmic push to just go for it. Don't keep hesitating. Don't just stand on the side of the pool. Jump in, have an experience, go for it, trust what you're feeling around it, and know that this is part of things beginning even when we don't have all the information. Even when that Cancer energy wants it to feel good. But you know, when you jump in and at first the water can shock you, right? If it's just a little bit colder than what you thought, you get the shock and then you get used to it. Then you're like, oh, I'm acclimating. It's not so bad. It's okay. So there could be something here around overcoming a fear, overcoming, again, that hesitation, but something, it feels like if there's something in the heart that doesn't feel strong, it actually is stronger than you think. There's something stronger than you think. And it's summoning courage. Maybe that's a good way to look at this. Summoning courage for something in your heart that you want to take forward, something that you want to try new, try next, move towards. Because there is strong initiation energy here when we have the Cancer new moon, the planets in Aries, and then also Capricorn is a cardinal sign. So we have strong cardinal sign energies here that are ready to move forward. And these planets in Gemini figure things out quickly. So it's like, okay, I'll figure it out. I'll get what I need. I'm going to, be on my toes and I'll know the answer, or I'll know how to adapt or how to be flexible. So that can help with anything that perhaps feels too heavy or burdensome. Then we also are approaching this exact conjunction with Uranus in the North Node. They're going to meet at 18 degrees of Taurus, starting in the second half of July. So this is electrifying. It's awakening, liberation, freedom, something advancing, something blasting open, something on that North Node trajectory of growth, something opening up, because Uranus will blow open the doors of anything that's been stuck. So there's certainly a bigger energetic influence that we're building up to, that we're feeling and sensing. And you could see this Cancer new moon as part of that story of what you're advancing in your life, where you're stepping out of a comfort zone. Cancer wants a comfort zone, but this push from Jupiter is like, well, actually, you're going to create a new comfort zone. And the other part of that is that you carry a comfort zone internally inside of you. So when you tap into that understanding of always trusting yourself, what you're feeling, what you're sensing, that alone can give you a sense of comfort, but also a sense of really being aware and tuned in to your own needs. So it's an interesting new moon because there's a push here to move forward in these Cancer areas of your life. Cancer being about, again, the home, family, feminine energy, motherhood, mothers, nurturing, what's happening in your internal world, what's in your heart, even what's gestating, what's feeling more fertile, what is ready to grow and blossom and flourish. That would be one way to work with this Cancer new moon, is to take stock of what you're ready to have grow and expand in your life next, and then to work with the power of this Jupiter in Aries that's giving you the courage, even to do it on your own, to trust yourself more, to look at your intentions, to honor what calls to you and have that be enough. Sometimes that Cancer energy will be taking on other people's energy too much, meaning this is like a caretaker. And you want to look at, am I doing this to make others comfortable, to make others happy, or am I doing this for me? Because there's an energy signature here about owning it for yourself, owning what you want, what you need to do next, owning what's in your heart, owning your own needs so that you can move something forward and take those next steps. Even if it's through a push into the pool, even if it's something that you wouldn't normally choose. I feel like there's energy that's moving us ahead right now, and that's what we're meant to trust and follow. So I hope this has given you some good things to look at and think about in your own chart, as well as to understand how this Cancer new moon may be showing up for you. Again, you're looking at where 7 degrees of Cancer is in your chart. And I have a video here on YouTube that's called How to Find a Degree Point in Your Chart, so that you can find where these new moons, full moons, and other energy points are occurring. So please check that out. I will be back here soon for another video for you. Wishing you a beautiful Cancer new moon with whatever you're ready to grow next and how you're ready to trust what's in your heart even more. I'll see you back here soon.